I am big on introspection, and I think initially I started to evaluate and assess the country, the environment of the country, and the developmental trajectory of the country. I think once I got an understanding of, or a fair understanding of what that is, I started to introspect and see where within myself I can evaluate and assess my strengths and my weaknesses. And it's with that evaluation I took inventory of what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, and I started to work on the strengths and simultaneously seek to eliminate the weaknesses. And in so doing, I found that I can add value to the country if I pursue a master's in oil and gas law. That was the initial one, and then ultimately, good fortune, I had the support to go again and do the master's in legislative studies. And I felt that the combination of those two masters would put me in a good position where I can lend my abilities to furthering the development of Guyana. So it's basically seeking to understand where the country was at, where the country is going, and looking within myself to understand where I can add the best value. And I think that's my message to anyone listening, that, you know, regardless of whether it's academics, it's sports, or it's business, you need to take stock of where the country is and then look within yourself and try to understand where you could best add value. And yeah, that's basically my methodology in terms of arriving at where I'm at today.
Soaring highlights remaining humble to his roots has been his secret to success for Munroe. After completing his legal education certificate in 2019 at the Wooden Law School, the young Guyanese went on to do an LLM in oil and gas, then legislative studies or legal drafting, and is currently doing another postgrad in banking and finance law. It is an academic drive which started quite unknown to him at the Bishop's High School, where law had no immediate affection but an inherent characteristic to succeed, and a massive support system prompted a desire to keep in breaking barriers.
I think it's important, extremely important actually, because once you set the foundation, whether it's in academics, whether it's in business, it's in sports, it's very important for you to pay forward and look to the generation coming after you. And I would encourage those persons, once you have the foundation, you have to build upon that foundation. But at the same time, while you're building upon that foundation, you should endeavor to transfer knowledge, transfer skills, so that there can be some sort of continuity as the country continues to evolve.
For those young persons still wading through life and waiting options of how to progress, Munroe offered this advice.
There must be some sense or some level of self-awareness, and in that quest or in that process, you get a sense of where your passions lie and what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And that allows you to really find what your niche can be. So I would strongly encourage one to introspect, take stock, understand what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then just be disciplined, apply yourself. And above all, I think a lot of people get carried away when they start to progress and they start to add value. You must remain humble. And I think humility is ultimately important in ensuring that you're open to learning, because the world is continually evolving. And yes, you might have a foundation, be it academic, business, or whatnot, but you must endeavor and stay committed to always want to learn, and that's where the humility comes in.
Reflecting on his 2 years at St. Augustine, he underscored it inevitably became a launchpad which fueled the passion for greater success. With an impending growth highly anticipated from the oil and gas sector, Munroe is hopeful more Guyanese, and especially young ones, could further equip themselves with the necessary academic apparatus to potentially be a part of the new frontier of development.